And I'll be waiting in the shadow of the sun, seizing time where no one's been before. Close the curtains, enjoy the fall. And I'll be keeping secrets till I'm in the ground.
Good day, class. My name is Abdullah Usman Kaira. I'm your personal teacher in economics. And the topic we'll be treating today will be land as factors of production. At the end of the class, students should be able to define land as factors of production, mention the uses, then a brief graph on law of diminishing return. What is land as factors of production? Land is a natural resources that is used in production of goods and services.
Good day, class. My name is Ajape Adam. I'm your personal teacher in economics. According to the last class, we should have known the meaning of land as factors of productions. And our today class will be characteristics or features of land as factors of productions. And it has several keys. Features of land as factors of production, such as indisputable, fixed quantity, heterogeneous in nature, natural gifts, and immobile. So, according to what I've already said, to go more into details about it, let us use it one by one and give you the definition of it. So you will have more knowledge about it. First of all, fixed quantity. Fixed quantity, this means generally land has fixed quantity, which means it cannot be increased or decreased. Number two, heterogeneous in nature. Land is heterogeneous in nature, which means one different parcel of land can have different characteristics. Number three is indestructible. Land can use and be reused again without destroying or depleting. Number four is immobile. Land is immobile in nature, which means it cannot move from one place to another. Number five is natural gifts. Yes, natural gifts. Land is natural gifts which has no man effort for its existence and it has no cause of production. So that is 5 key factors of characteristics of land as factors of productions. So thank you, class. Good day.
Good morning, my name is Anyamke Kwadumore. I'm your personal teacher in economics. I'm here to tell you the uses of land as a factor of production. Land is one of the 4 main factors of production alongside labor, and it plays a foundation of role in production. 1. Agriculture. Land is used for growing crops and raising livestock, farm, ranches. 2. We have forestry. Forested land is used for producing timber, fuels, and raw materials, which is paper. 3. We have mining and extractions. Land provides access in natural resources like minerals, raw materials, coal, and natural gas. 4. We have fisheries and water bodies, which is like water resources. We used to even fishing and water supply, rivers, lake, and sea. 5. We have industrial uses. We use land for settling up factories, plants, and water house.
My name is Arisa Janet. I'm your personal teacher in economics, and I will be teaching you the topic law of diminishing return. The law of diminishing return, which is also known as diminishing marginal return, states that as one input factor increases while keeping the other factors constant, the marginal output will eventually decrease. Here's a graphical representation of the law of diminishing return. The law focuses on changing only one input factor while leaving the other factors constant. It looks at the additional output generated by the new unit of the input factor. As the input factor increases, the marginal output will eventually start to decrease. The law does not necessarily mean that the total output is decreasing. It simply means that the rate in increase of output is slowing down. Imagine a farmer with a small area of land having to employ more than the labor that the land needs. like employing too many people to work on the farmland. At some point, the farmland will become too small to contain those people, even though initially it's going to have more production, but at some point those laborers will be too much for the land. The graphical representation shows the relationship between inputs and outputs, thereby illustrating the point of diminishing return.